Think an election for judge doesn't matter? Many of the most important decisions of the past 50 years weren't decided in Congress or the State House, but in local courtrooms across America. That's why the overwhelming majority of attorneys in Shelby County have come together to support Judge Arnold Golden. Because on matters of faith and family, on issues of schools and civil rights, we can depend on the experience and integrity of Judge Arnold Golden. On August 5th, vote to keep Judge Golden. He's one of our best.
There is absolutely nothing that we cannot overcome if we work toward that goal together as one Memphis. There is no mountain over which we cannot climb if we climb together as one Memphis. There's not a child that we cannot educate if we strive and love and teach and hold and nurture that kid as one Memphis.
For more than 20 years, I've stood up for victims in the courtroom. I've seen firsthand what crime can do to families and the importance of a prosecutor willing to fight for their rights. I'm Amy Wyrick. As your DA, I will continue to use the law to protect our community. Because here's the sober truth. Every day, people are faced with the harsh reality of crime, not on a Hollywood set, but in their homes and neighborhoods. And Shelby County deserves a district attorney who will fight for you.
Amy Wyrick, our DA.
It is time we change the direction of our city. We have too much at stake not to fight for the future of Memphis. We can't get crime out of our neighborhoods until we get the criminals out of City Hall. We can do something about crime. We can turn the city around. But it's time we stop letting race divide us and corrupt politicians define us. It's time we work together, all of us, to build a city that's ready for the next generation.
Kemp Conrad, our voice for change.
It's amazing. We offer incentives to attract big corporations, yet we're overtaxing the very small businesses that built Tennessee. That's why Mark White is running for state representative, because maybe it takes someone outside of government to really understand. We've done bigger things, but not better things. We've passed more laws, but created more problems. And our schools are sinking in more ways than one. Let's send a leader to Nashville whose vision is bigger than our problems. Mark White, new leadership for a new Tennessee.
Under the leadership of Guy Bates, the Register's office has become one of the most efficient in the county and one of the most recognized in the nation. He modernized the office with broad computerization, cut personnel by 51%, and saved taxpayers over $7.7 million. There are those who want to change the way we run the office of County Register. On May 5th, let them know what you think. Guy Bates, government at its best.
His first job out of law school was advocating for abused and neglected children. So when the juvenile court needed an overhaul, Dan Michael was the right man for the job. Since being appointed chief magistrate, Dan Michael has made sweeping changes the Justice Department has now praised as a model for the nation. Dan's mission? Help those kids he can. Hold those accountable that threaten our community. Dan Michael, the right leadership for juvenile court.
As a mother of 4 children, I know the important role the district attorney plays in keeping our families safe. I'm Amy Wyrick. As your DA, I've fought to keep guns and narcotics away from our kids. I've established no loitering zones to protect neighborhoods from gang violence. And I've worked to create mentoring and incentive programs to keep kids in school and give young people a fighting chance. I don't apologize for standing up for victims' rights, and I don't apologize for being tough on crime. That's my job as your DA.
Amy Wyrick, our DA.
For years, the land around Marisack Lake has been a retreat for local hunters. That was until Marion Barry went to Congress. Shortly after taking office, Marion Barry tried to secretly arrange the sale of this treasured public hunting area to a group of close friends and campaign contributors. Democrat Gazette called the move sneaky and arrogant, said Marion Barry had come down with the Washingtonitis. Now, turning a public wildlife area into a playground for the rich and connected might be how they do things in Washington. Back here in Arkansas, that dog won't hunt.
I didn't become sheriff to sit in an office. I was elected to change things. As part of the multi-agency gang task force, we are taking neighborhoods like Riverside back, using civil injunctions to keep gangs off our streets and protecting our most vulnerable areas. And the sheriff's office is taking the lead in protecting our schools. Our officers are trained to provide more than just safety, but to be leaders and mentors our kids can look up to. A good sheriff stands on the front lines of crime and prevention. That's what I signed on to do.
Anyone who thought Shelby County's first female DA would be a pushover, well, they don't know Amy Wyrick. As the district attorney, Amy Wyrick has sued landlords to clean up neighborhood blight and fought to keep gangs and narcotics away from our kids.
As a prosecutor for over 20 years, I have worked hard every day to make sure those who break the law are held accountable. I'm Amy Wyrick. I'm a prosecutor, but I'm also a mother, and I'll go after anyone who threatens our community.
Amy Wyrick, our DA.
He was born in the projects of Memphis and built one of the largest minority-owned companies in Tennessee. He was educated in the public schools and today is a leader in many of our community organizations. He's J.W. Gibson. On the county commission, he wants to invest in healthcare, schools, and neighborhoods because J.W. believes that with the right education, anybody can come from anywhere and do anything. Let's put a child of Memphis on the Shelby County Commission. J.W. Gibson. On May 2nd, make your vote count.